So this is the agenda for today. Today is May 12th, 11:47 a.m. PST. We need at least 1 hour to officially finish this one, but depends on your questions. We can even go beyond that. So this is the agenda for today. I will give uh, just a quick introduction about myself. You four can just give high-level background about basically your name, from where you are attending, what is your main goal to take this quality assurance training, and I will explain what is the difference between manual and automation. And when you use automation, you're going to learn Selenium automation tool. I'll explain what is Selenium tool and why it is so popular. And of course, I will tell you why Jira we are using for mainly for bug tracking purpose. And I'll show you the QA course curriculum, what are the subjects you are learning, how many classes, and what is the duration. Are we doing a live project, etc. Plus, why should I take QA training? How my career will be as a QA engineer. These are all the topics we are going to learn within this 1.5 hour. But before we start anything, learning the new subject or new course, forget about money. Learning new course or new subjects, first of all, we need to have a patience. We need to learn, remember. It's a time and interest. These are all we need to mainly consider. Due to all immigration changes, Trump introduced some new stuff. He's canceling some visa, all these things. Due to all these reasons, within US, there are lots of jobs coming up. Example, H4EAD, they're going to cancel. Due to many reasons, there are lots of jobs coming, and they are not planning to send any jobs, or most of the jobs they are not sending to offshore. Due to all these things, we are going to get a lot more jobs in the next quarter onwards. And in US, most of the companies, they have a lot of money, but they don't have time to take the freshers or no experienced people to train them. They want either experienced people or at least well-trained QA engineers. That is the reason you are coming and attending my class. At the end of the whole training, you will definitely feel like you have at least 1 year of QA project experience, because at the end of the course, you are going to do one project work. That is, you can consider that as a live project. You are going to do a project work for manual testing and automation. So technically, I'm not only kind of teacher. Anyway, my introduction is going to come. Let's start with that. Since 18 years, I'm in QA. At 2000, I came to this country. First 2 years, I worked as a regular QA engineer. Then I got my green card. Then I started giving QA trainings outside. But as a QA career, I started my QA career as a manual QA engineer. Then I became senior QA engineer. Then I started using the automation and all. Then became a QA lead. Then became QA manager. Then for one of the startup company, I'm a director of QA. So at least 12 to 14 people always report to me. Some of them belongs to manual testing, some of them belongs to automation, some will do both. So out of my last 16 years, I'm giving QA trainings, mainly in Bay Area. But people attending in class, online, within US and from different countries as well, from different language people. I trained so far, I think if I count it well, it could be more than 1500, but at least my record has 1500 people. Most of them, they got the job. Some of them still trying. Some of them, they are not ready to apply for the jobs due to their visa and other immigration related. I'm certified QA and other trainings also I did, other certifications. I work for big companies, small companies and startup companies. That is important. My hobbies. Okay. So we can do a quick introduction about, let's go ahead with this attendees list in the sequence. Anazi Lin, can you please talk? Just your name and your education and why you're interested about QA. Please go ahead. Please unmute and talk. So this training, right, I wanted to make sure you can talk in front of people and make sure you can clear the interviews. And once you clear the interview, there is no guarantee that you are going to stay in the company for a long time. First 2 weeks, they will check not only QA, any jobs when you go. If you're unable to perform the work, they'll ask you to leave. But 100% my students, they never had these issues. When they go and join as a QA engineer in the company, they know mostly the better than rest of the team because that much of thing you're going to learn from me for sure. Anaji, I think maybe I'm not pronouncing it properly. Please go ahead and.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Good morning. I had you. Yeah, my name is Amizi Alina. I'm here at the Bay Area. I live in San Leandro. I have a background in IT, but I have I went to a private school anyway called Hill College, but it's closed down for now.
Okay.
So I have a degree in IT, in information technology.
Okay.
So I want to take this class so I can get into the IT job market because I've been trying to get in through a business analyst. It's not been possible.
Oh, okay.
So I hope this will be like a better way for me to get my foot in the door.
Sounds good. That is very good. And where do you located?
I'm in San Leandro.
San Leandro. Okay. So very good point you raised, and you can go on mute. Let me tell you two things here. So, and most of the students will say when they come for BA or QA, they'll say, I'm not from IT background or computer science background. I don't know any programming or any computer related. But can I still learn this course and get a job? And most of the instructors will say, if you go for Java training or Salesforce training, anything, they always say they don't want to lose the candidates. They always say, oh yes, of course, I can teach you, you can easily learn. But I'm also going to tell the same. But you go ahead and inquiry with your QA or any IT friends. I'm not from IT or computer science background. Today I attended open house for QA. The QA professor said he can easily train and he can make me as a QA engineer and get a job. Is that true? Can I do it? They'll say yes. Next. Should I go for BA or QA? I will say always QA because any company when you join, either big company or startup company or mid-level company, if they hire one business analyst, the maximum they can hire 1 or 2 people per company. But whereas QA can be minimum 5 people to until 30-40 people. BA means you can go only as a business analyst, but for QA it is not like that. The reason, this is our course, right? This one will give 2 different jobs. You can go as a manual tester to test web applications, or you can go as a manual tester to mobile applications. Maybe tomorrow robots will come. You're going to test, at least for now, 2 jobs. When you learn Java programming, TestNG with Selenium, these three will give, and there is of course grid. This force is nothing but an automation a tool. That is the reason it is same sequence. And this one will give one job, which is you can go as a automation QA. This is a manual QA. And these four subjects will give automation QA. And either manual QA or automation engineer, you must know this particular bug tracking tool. So one can go as a manual QA for web. One can go as a manual QA for testing the mobile applications. You take Bank of America or Wells Fargo or Amazon or Uber, you take anything nowadays, it will come on web as well as mobile. That is the reason nowadays two type of QA they are hiring, to test web application and to test mobile application. That means here two jobs, here one job, plus someone will go, yes, I can test both. That means 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1. Total 4 different jobs you can apply once you finish this training. That is the reason most of the people, there is no question if they want to come from IT, if they want to enter into IT from non-IT or non-computer science background, most of your friends will suggest you go ahead and learn QA. I'm not only talking about, but I know computers, I have some IT background. That means I should not do it. Yes, you will do it. I did my masters in computer science, but I love QA because in QA there are lots of long-term jobs will be there, and you no need to travel, and you can easily become full-time employee. You can either do manual testing or you can do an automation. You have a lot of scope to enhance your skills. And also, not only myself, I trained my wife as a first QA student, and after that, she got a job. Then I started giving QA trainings. Myself QA and my wife is also working QA. If QA is not good, there is no long-term career, or it is very hard to get a job and all. At least one of us would have moved to some other technologies. Okay, so we have another person joined, Brian. Let's go in this order. Brian, can you please quickly introduce yourself? Unmute and please talk. This is Rama, the QA professor. We are just doing the introduction. Brian, can you hear us? Otherwise, in the meantime, Elsa, please go ahead and please quickly do introduction. Please introduce yourself. Elsa? Brian, you can talk now. Please give quick introduction. Please unmute and you can talk. And in the meantime, uh, please all of you put your name, email ID and phone number. If you can put it in a chat message. At the end of the orientation, I will send you the recording and I will give you the access to the QA training material, and I will start sending emails. Elsa, can you hear us? Brian, can you hear us? If yes, please give quick introduction, your name, your background, etc. Brian, please go ahead and talk now. I think you are unmuted already. Please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. This is Elsa. I work in a help desk team, and I'm just interested in QA testing. So I just want to join your sharing and see if I'm qualified or I'm available to take this uh, class.
Very good. Okay. So that is good. Thanks for quick introduction. Brian, you can please go ahead. Kobel, why don't you go? I think Brian, we cannot hear you. Let's continue with Kobel. Kobel, please go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hi, my name is Kobel. I'm 24 years old, so I go to college, and my major is information system, so computer science. And I'm still in college, so it's difficult to find a job like once you're graduating. So maybe I thought it's gonna be better if I take like QA class, and I understand like computer engineering more, and I know like Java, and I know Python. So never too late to learn something new, you know.
Yep.
So I'll see how it goes.
Great. Thanks for a quick introduction. Ning, please go ahead. Ning, it's your turn now. Please go ahead and talk. Ning, can you hear us? So basically, if I mute, it will go in orange color. But generally, if you guys mute, you can unmute so that it will come in green color, and then you can talk. Okay. Energy already is sent his email address. Kobel, you can send your email address, and also Elsa, please send your email address. Ning and Brian, you guys, please, you can text whether you want to give quick introduction or you want to move to the next agenda item. Ning and Brian, we cannot hear you, but if you want to introduce yourself, you're always welcome. But in the meantime, thank you. So it will be nice if we can create your Gmail account and send it to me. If you don't have Gmail, if you have Gmail, you can send it to me right now, so that the recording will work. I will share the recording from G Drive from google.com, so that you can play, and whatever we are talking and listening, you can. So every class, beginning to end, we record, and I will send the recording so that you can peacefully practice at home. So let's move to the next topic. So there is a manual testing versus automation. It's very simple. So in the kitchen, we have a dishwasher. If we clean the dishes with the hand, that is nothing but manual testing. Whereas if you put the dishes in a dishwasher and press the button, that is automation. Okay, but that is a non-technical example. The technical example is Brian. Thank you. Let's say Amazon.com is there. Assume this is the first time coming into the market, means our company is testing Amazon.com. Our company is testing Amazon.com, and after we finish the testing, then customers will release it to the customers. That is the flow. But during the testing, we need to test all these features, maybe with IE browser, Firefox browser, Chrome browser, Safari browser, in Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Mac. So as a manual QA tester with the hand, you can test all these features. But testing with multiple browsers, multiple operating systems and all, it's a time consuming process. That is the reason companies introducing automation, especially most of the companies using Selenium. Selenium is open source free tool, so that once you automate the functionality, see what manual tester is doing. If you need to do a search and search is working or not, Amazon search is working or not, what the steps she is doing, open a browser, open amazon.com, maybe put iPhone and click search, and then close the browser. Whatever actions you did just now, okay, it is exactly, basically your automation tool will do that. This time I had a class for the previous batch, automation, for April batch. I'll just show you one automation script, how it looks like and what kind of automation we did. Okay, so let it come. Instead of theoretically discuss, I want to show real automation. What that automation script we wrote the code is, open a browser and access amazon.com and select maybe books, right? Let's say this is the kind of test case. Make sure we can able to select. To do that, this is the kind of code we have written, right? Oh, looks like very scary. It's not very scary. When you attend my classes, anyone should able to write this code. All I'm going to do is press the run button. This will automatically, since nobody is in class, you don't know whether I'm clicking or the tool is doing. I'm not doing anything except clicking the button. Click the button. This should automatically launch the browser, maximize it, open amazon.com, select the item from the list, drop down, and also it will count how many items or how many list items there in the drop down box. And if something is not working, it will throw an error saying it is not working. Then we can check whether it is really not working or we did something wrong in our program. See, books got selected, right? Now if we check the results here, books got selected, right? Now check the results. It will clearly tell how many total number of options there in the drop down list box, 51, and whatever got selected, it will show true, remaining all will say null. Okay, so nowadays the automation become very popular. The reason it become very popular, because we need to test any website with the different browsers and operating systems. Of course, manual team can do it, but they will take more time or they will ask more resource. That is the reason companies showing some interest on hiring automation team members. Now, if manual tester is getting, let's say $50 per hour, example, or the worst case $40 per hour, which is 80K per year. Right? Whereas automation engineer, it will go at least another $5 to $10, $45 to $50 per hour. Here she is getting close to minimum, the least 100K per year. Okay, definitely automation engineers will always get more than manual testers, but learning manual automation is also not very difficult. a lot of people learning from me and they're getting the jobs. But you no need to always go as an automation engineer. At the end of this training, you can decide whether you want to go as a manual QA engineer or automation QA engineer or as an all-rounder. So Selenium is an automation tool and Jira is a bug tracking tool. So whatever I just showed the script, we have written the code Selenium with the Java programming language. And if any of the test is failed, we'll submit a bug in the Jira. In my company as a QA manager, QA director, we are also using Selenium and Jira. And most of the companies, you can even check with your friend's company, they are also most of the companies using. Here is the curriculum. Okay. So you're going to learn how to test, how to do the manual testing for web applications and mobile applications. As I mentioned earlier I mentioned, you release any application to the public or market. Nowadays, everybody is making sure they release for web and also they release for mobile. In mobile, at least iOS and Android. So, any product, if they want to, let's say Uber recently came, right now they're planning to go for public and all. They're doing really great. When they release Uber, they said uber.com, you can access it through any browser operating system. And also they said, Uber app is available. Please go ahead and download from Google app or, Apple Store or Google Store. That means Uber, the QA people work for Uber. One of our QA engineer, his name called Aman. After the training, he got a job at Uber. Let me show his email. What did I say? Name? Aman. Name is Aman Shah. So, interview questions, and used to follow up with me and making sure he sent me a text message saying I got, and these are the interview questions he faced in February. He finished the training in Jan, sometime in February he got it. These are the kind of questions he got. Okay, so when people only read, he couldn't able to answer. Remaining all we discussed. Okay, so every time when students attend and get the job, at least from those people, I'm requesting them to give the interview questions, and I wanted to make sure if I miss anything, I wanted to cover. So basically, at the end of software quality assurance manual testing for web and mobile, you can apply for 2 different jobs. Though I give 3 classes, 7.45 hours and all, so I'm partially part of the company also. I don't go based on number of hours or number of classes. It depends on number of students and their questions. Accordingly, I always extend more hours. And after that, in order to learn automation testing, initially you're going to learn Java programming, followed by you're going to learn TestNG automation framework, and then you're going to use Selenium WebDriver tool with a mix of Java and TestNG, then we will write the program. When you have these 3, we are good to go to automate any of the manual scenarios like launching the browser, searching Amazon, or going to Expedia.com, purchase the tickets, anything you can automate. But the problem if you don't learn Selenium Grid, and if you learn only these 3 and automate, I'll give a scenario. Let's say, everybody knows Expedia.com, right? Expedia.com. This will allow us to purchase a flight ticket. So we can purchase a flight tickets here. So basically, in Expedia.com, we can purchase flight ticket. we can reschedule flight ticket, we can cancel flight ticket, right? Somebody, so one also just joined. So whoever just joined, don't worry, we started the orientation or open house 15 minutes ago, and we are recording. Just continue with the flow. At the end of the class, I will share the recording if you can share your email ID and phone number. So let's say either one person automated these three modules, or each individual person, one written this, and one developed code for this. Now, if we don't have Selenium grid, what we need to do is we need to run this script first. I did it right. Here, I click on run button to run this program. So if your program is like this is a purchase ticket, this is a reschedule ticket, this is a cancel ticket, for example. Every time we need to click run and wait for, let's say this is going to take 10 minutes to complete the execution. You have to wait until this is completed, then we have to click run. Let's say this is going to take 15 minutes. We have to wait for 15 minutes to complete the execution. Then we have to run this, maybe this is going to take 5 minutes, example. So we have to wait. But if we have a Selenium grid, that means without Selenium grid, we can only execute sequentially, one after other. But if we have a grid, we can run all three together. That means if we start at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m., this, all three will start at the same time. Here what happened? 9 a.m. it started. 10, 15, 25 plus 5. So it took overall 30 minutes. So it will end at 9:30 a.m. But whereas all three will be finished executing, the maximum it took 15, right? Everything will be done in 15 minutes. That means 9 a.m. starts. By 9:15 a.m. it will be done. So by having Selenium grid, we can do parallel execution so that the execution will be finished quickly. Okay, that is the main purpose of Selenium grid. Here you have to write little bit of code. Here you are not doing any code, just some property changes. So technically all 200 series belongs to automation. And when we do manual testing for web-based applications or mobile applications, and when you do automation, if anything is failing, we need to submit a bug. For that, we need to use a bug tracking tool called Jira. Nowadays, it is very popular in most of the companies. So you're going to learn Jira. I'm also using Jira in my office. I'm also using Selenium in my office. Okay. And after that, here you're not writing any code for Jira. For manual testing code, no programming. Only these three, you will learn the programming. Anyway, I'm going to explain it everything from scratch. You will definitely learn properly and you will get a job. And finally, you are going to have one more session called QA interview preparation. During this class, you will learn how to prepare the resume, and I will set up a mock interview. That means the guy who took training from us and got a job, they will call you and conduct mock interview during the weekday evening or weekend. And at the end of the uh, interview, they will give me the feedback whether you did great or you need to learn anything more. And then I will call you and I'll explain what to do. But 90% of the people, they will clear the interview without any issues. Um, um, once mock interview is completed, before mock interview, your resume is prepared. You will prepare by going through a lot of sample resumes and you will send it to our recruitment team. They will review, finalize and send it back to me. Then I will also do one more review and we'll do necessary modifications, send it back to you. And from the resume, if you have any questions, you will ask. Otherwise, based on your interest, if you say, I want to go as a manual QA only, or I want to go as an automation engineer, or I want to go as an all-rounder, accordingly, we will market your resume. So this is going to take minimum 6 weeks. And the class timings also, let me put, we have Monday, 1 second. Let me update this one so that the timings are Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. PST. These are the timings. And except long weekends, I don't cancel any classes. Even if you miss the class, you come late, not an issue, because every class I record and I will share recording with all the students so that you can peacefully practice manual testing automation. If you ask me, do I need to buy any books or any softwares and all? No. All you need to have is your computer, your desktop. Remaining all I'm going to provide. Here there is no tool, just a manual testing. This is free open source. 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 But Jira is not free, but we have a trial version for 30 days. Okay. But you are not going to spend 30 days to practice Jira. Jira is very simple. You don't even write any code. Just 1 or 2 days good enough for you to practice. And 3 classes per week, 3 hours. 3 hours, the first 30 minutes, you guys can come little early or after 12:30. Whatever assignments, you can sit and you can practice. Every day, if you can spend 1 hour on top of my lecture, that is more than enough for you to learn all these topics. So at the end of this bug tracking tool and during your working on resume, mock interviews and all, parallelly you're going to do the project work. So for project work means I'm simulating exactly the same what we are doing in the office, myself and my QA team members. You're going to simulate the same as a, let's say your May batch. You will tell, you all 5 people will say, oh, we want to take maybe Facebook and we want to automate, or you want to take Uber, or you want to take whatever web application you like. You can go ahead and automate, because that is how by the time you start the automation, you will anyway learn everything, and it doesn't matter which website it is, you should able to automate. So by doing this project work, you will get a little more confidence so that you can peacefully go and attend the interviews. You should able to close it, and also you can able to hold the job. And we have in class as well as online. If you are local, you can come in class. If you are remote, you can attend online. Even if you are local and if you are comfortable to attend online, you can always. Okay. Regarding the QA course curriculum, anyone has any questions? So today is the open house come demo, and technically Monday, Wednesday, Friday I said, but Monday I need to finish one more last class for the previous batch. So from Wednesday onwards, this new QA batch will start. We'll start with manual testing, and after that we'll go in this sequence. That is the plan. Okay. So I'm teaching QA since long time, almost 16 years. My goal is for you will definitely get the certificate at the end, but definitely your goal is to get the job. It is my guarantee that you attend my classes, you follow my guidance. No one should stop you to get a job. Okay. You don't need to even work through our company. It's up to you. We are here to do the placement. But if you say you want to try your own, it's your call. But doesn't matter whether you try or we try, you should able to get a job, because there are lots of jobs available in QA. That is the reason most of the people showing interest to come to QA if they are from other than QA background. There are lots of jobs available, as I mentioned. Okay, even and another advantage with QA is developers and all, lot of times they have to upgrade their skills because of new technologies and all. But QA is kind of very generic. Once you learn these technologies, right? I mean, once you learn manual testing and automation, um, it won't frequently change. Very rare it will change. Earlier it was 1.0, later 2.0 they introduced after 3-4 years. Then they introduced 3 again after 3-4 years. But very few new features they introduced. If you are interested, you can go through their website is seleniumhq.org. seleniumhq.org. But I always giving QA trainings, right? When I have 4.0, then in our training material, the 4.0 chapters you will see what is new in 4.0. You will be part of our training material always. You can always learn the new stuff. But QA is very stable. That is the reason a lot of people coming and learning and getting the jobs. You don't need to travel. The jobs won't be ended in 3 months, 4 months and all. Most of the times it will go long-term contracts. Kobal has a question. Do we have to know Java in advanced level? I think you answered this question. I might have missed it. So I think we did not discuss this. Definitely, let me give a better example. So in order to learn automation, for automation testing, right? Mission testing, we are using Selenium with Java as a programming language. Now let's say there is a Java developer and there is a automation engineer. Java developer has to learn Java maybe at least 80% to develop the web pages. But to automate those web pages using Selenium Java, maybe at least 32, the max 40% if you learn, that is good enough that I am teaching. Let me show you. There is a Java for Selenium you are going to learn when we start automation. So initially you are going to learn manual testing. These are all the documents and it is there in Yahoo groups. You will get it, or it is there in G Drive. I will share with you today. And this is the automation. When we start automation, you are going to learn Java first, and then you will learn TestNG, then you will learn Selenium WebDriver, then you will learn Selenium Grid. After that, you are going to do a project work. Okay, and we have after automation, there is a Jira here. Okay, so we have a well processed and end-to-end process here. If you say that irrespective of your my background and all, I'll trust you, I'll join these codes, you tell me what to do, I will exactly follow the same, but you give me the promise that I'm going to get a job. Yes, if you attend all the classes, though you miss the class, you go through the recording, you practice, and when I say you follow the process means, right? Let's say training is completed and you prepared the resume is done, and you attended the mock interview. Okay, now you're looking for job placement. there is a process. Process means you have to be available for the interviews at least from 10 a.m. to minimum 4 p.m. Okay, and every time the recruiters will send you the job opening, job description through the email. You need to read, understand. You need to do little changes in the resume, and you have to maybe save it as a, let's say, COBOL, right? Underscore QA underscore. Let's say you did some changes today, 5/12/18, and time is 12:30, and somewhere in your Excel spreadsheet you have to mention that this is for manual QA. Company is eBay. Contact person is John, and interview is let's say 5/16 at 11 a.m. Central Time, like this, right? And later you got another requirement which is almost same. You don't need to change it, but you are going to put the same. You have to track basically, right? But they also ask, this time it is for example, this is for LinkedIn, right? David called. That guy is also asking, are you available 5/16 at 11 a.m.? You will say, I have a different meeting. I'm available only at 2 p.m. So like this you have to track. And one more resume, one more requirement you got. This time they are talking about automation. Okay. So 13th at maybe 2 p.m. you did the modification. You will say, this is for automation QA. Company is maybe Facebook. Who called? Maybe Srini called, and he's asking an interview scheduled for 9 a.m. Like that, you have to track it. And from looking placement to until you get a job, you have to follow this. But morning 10 to 4, what you have to do also, I will tell you during the QA interview preparation. Basically, you need to be available in front of the computer. If you get any requirement, let's say 4 or 5 requirements you got from recruiters, whatever you're comfortable, whatever you want to apply, only out of 4, maybe you will say, I want to apply for only 1. Only for that, you send your resume, updated resume. They will apply to the client. And in the meantime, you study manual testing, automation, and a few other topics I'll tell you, like very high level SQL and Unix commands. Today I will send you the link. If you can spend 2 hours learning SQL commands, 30 minutes to learn Unix commands, that is good enough. So, how people getting the job? Since 16 years I'm giving QA trainings. When people following my process, irrespective of your backgrounds, you should be able to get a job. If you say that I'm very serious, I want to be QA engineer, no one should stop you. Okay, that is all I can definitely tell you. Okay, you can take another 5-10 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free and ask me. You can please go ahead if you still have questions. Here I give weekly wise. You don't need to worry about it. QA careers I already mentioned. Yeah. COBOL, NSG, ELSA. What level of Java? So medium level, low level to medium level of Java is good enough. But a lot of places they don't even teach Java. They will directly teach Selenium WebDriver. I can also teach, but it will be much easier if you learn Java programming. I'll be with you. For sure you will say, I thought Java is difficult, but your notes is very good. I could able to practice. This kind of applauses I got from a lot of students. I prepared this Java mainly for automation purpose. For sure, you will learn it. So, low to medium level of automation, more than enough. I mean, low to medium level Java is good enough for us to uh, learn Java for automation purpose. What are the other questions? The schedule is for everyone who is ready to join. Is the schedule okay for everyone? All over the country, yes. QA jobs are all over the country. You don't need to take my word. You go to dice.com and see. Can I have your zip code and see how many jobs are there? Okay. Wow, dice is completely new now. We'll say QA. Can I have your zip code? I don't know Java. Will it be difficult? Will it be difficult to join the class? No. That is the reason I'm teaching Java, and you will say, I thought Java is difficult, but it is easy. I'm going to teach Java, and also I mentioned, right, to become a QA engineer, you don't need to learn automation or Java. We have a lot of jobs in manual testing as well, but learning Java is very easy. You trust me, you will learn it, and you will write whatever program. Myself and all the QA training people, they're writing this code. So basically, every time we don't come and type like this. We don't type and all. We have pre-populated templates like this. We'll copy paste every time when we automate. We'll do the necessary changes. After this class, any certificate we need to get in order to better get, yes, we'll issue the certificate from our company. You can keep it. Next, let me click search. Almost this many jobs came. You can say lead QA, QA manager, QA lead, QA engineer, senior QA engineer, senior mobile QA engineer, functional QA lead. There are a lot, and there is internship position also. Okay, that is one of the reason. Let's say if you are taking SAP training, SAP, for example, if we take Texas at some places, there are no SAP jobs. Uh, they have to go for at least different states or cities. Okay, and also they gave approximate salary, the least here, almost 50 to 60, 50 to 70K. Got it? So if people not getting the jobs and there are no openings and all, QA has to be gone. But without QA testing and our we need to certify the product, then only it can go to the customers. Otherwise, it won't be released to customers. That is one of the reason people learning QA and getting the jobs. Any other questions? And again, learning manual testing is very easy. Learning Jira is very easy. Learning interview preparation class is very easy. Automation, you no need to scare. That is the reason you are coming and learning from me. But if you learn your own, you may feel some difficulties. But I'm always giving a simple tips and techniques and a simple way to learn. So you're going to definitely learn. So there are other questions. How do your students handle the issues of experience? Whether you're going to go as a experienced people or you're going to go as a trained student, these are all I'm going to teach. Whether you're going to go with QA training experience with one QA training project work experience, or you are going to claim experience. If we are going to claim experience, how to handle, we are going to discuss during the QA interview class. Kobil is asking, once we get the job and we have some issues in the job, you can always contact me. There is no doubt. Myself and few students who got the jobs, they can also help. Most jobs always ask for 5 years. This is one of the reason we are going to discuss. So let me. Okay. So this is just May. By end of June, the training will be done. From July 1st onwards, you're ready to apply for the jobs. Sometime in July, you should get a job. How much is the course fee and all? Our student coordinator will send you the details, and you can get the details from them. When will we start the class? The class we are going to start from Wednesday, which is 5:16 at 10 a.m. PST. I will send you the online meeting link, and also our office is in Santa Clara, and also online using GoToMeeting. Whatever you are attending, the same. Okay, we have everything. All you need to do is, with full confidence, you come and attend my classes. You will be happy. Definitely, there is no doubt. Okay, guys. So I will request our student coordinator to send you the details about the fee, and also the first class. I already confirmed. You're ready to attend the first class. And in the meantime, I'll just put my name and email ID, phone number. This is my name. This is my phone number, email ID. Please make a note. And anytime you can give me a call. Please, if I don't pick up, please leave a voice message with your name, so that once my meetings are over, once I have every 30 minutes, I'll check my emails. I can respond. And during the classes, today we have a class, and day after tomorrow we will have another class. But whatever we discussed in today's class, before we come for next class, I will expect you to finish. But if you have any doubts, questions, confusion, you can always email me or call me. That is how it works. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time and patience. Teaching is easy and listening is difficult. So you trust me. If you are really interested to get a QA job, without any doubts, confusion, you can attend my classes. You should able to get the job in QA. Have a good weekend. See you everyone next coming Wednesday. Okay. Thanks a lot.